My favorite family memory is our trip to Vegas. We went there because my mom was getting married to my stepdad. And it was our first real family trip. Uh, I didn't like him when she started to date him because he was taking her away from me. I thought, this is my mom, get away. And I didn't want the structure that he had with his kids. But he, him and his children grew on me, and the whole time we were in Vegas, it was just something that I knew would have never happened if my mom had still been with my dad. And I could just see how much more happy my mom was with my stepdad and how much she cared for his kids. Because I could see that she cared for them just as much as she cared for me and my brother. And it was a trip that we didn't have to drive there and spend like 24 hours in a car because we flew, and it was the first time I flew. I was so scared, but it was all okay. It was all good, and it was just amazing. Is that's I don't know how to describe it. I felt that that's when we really became a family. We've been living in the same house and all this stuff, but we've never really, and we had gone on another trip together, but this was all about the us becoming one family, and it was it was awesome. We got a whole day's pass to the hotel that we were staying at, like all their amusement rides for like kids. Like, you know, I was only 17, so I couldn't gamble, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so boring. But me, my little brother and sister, I consider them my little brother and sister now, but they're my stepbrother and sister. We just had fun. We just ran around the hotel. It was in like February, and oh, it was just awesome. It was February, and we're from Minnesota, so we got there, and it was like 70 and 60 degrees, and we're like, oh my god, this is so awesome. And we were swimming, and people are like crazy kids. It's so cold out, and we just were like, oh. And we had so much fun in the pool, and when we went on the strip, we went on all these rides. Oh, it was just awesome. And I would never ask my mom to have to choose between having just me or having all of us, because she's so happy with my stepdad, and she's so much happier with him than she is with my was with my dad. And that whole trip, it was just like, this is what's best for your mom, and this is gonna be good for you too. And I think I really grew up on that trip too. I realized, hey, you're now an older sister. You have to be more responsible. You have to set a good example. And it was just an awesome trip. And I'll cherish it forever. So that's my favorite memory of my family. Our favorite trip.